What's up, Skyline Academy? Today is Wednesday, April the 8th. This is math class, and we are just reviewing the answers to the 5 problems that I gave you guys yesterday. I only laid out 2 of the 5 as examples that you guys can use to help guide you through the problems. So we'll just jump right into that. Again, we're focused on PEMDAS and order of operations. So you can take a look here. You can see here that the first step is to do the 3 times 4 inside the parentheses, which gives us 12 on the next layer. Now, this top layer here really would all be done at once. You would do the 7 plus 9 first and get 16, then subtract the 10. Just for the purposes of making a next layer, I implied that a second layer of parentheses would go down, so you'd have 16 minus 10, which gives you 6. So then the next layer would be 12 divided by 6, which gives us a final answer of 2. Okay? For our next problem, we have 10 divided by 2 inside the parentheses. Which is the first thing that we're going to do. All right, that brings down the 5, and we bring down the whole rest of the problem. Oh, that light. Bring down the whole rest of the problem, and so now we have 5 times 7 plus 5 minus 4. Because multiplication comes first in the order of operations, PEMDAS, we're going to do 5 times 7 first and bring 35 down, and then the whole rest of the problem comes down with it. So ultimately, we get 35 plus 5 minus 4. And because PEMDAS tells us that whichever one of these signs comes first from left to right in order is the first one we're going to do. So in this case, it's the addition sign tells us that 35 plus 5 is the first part of the problem, and then we subtract the 4. So 35 plus 5 is 40. Minus the 4, and ultimately that gives us 36 for our final answer. The next 3 answers you can see here, I just gave you the last layer. So you should have gotten 6 for number 3, 24 for number 4, and 1 for number 5. So if your last layer doesn't look like this, then you probably made a mistake somewhere along the way in your order of operations. Okay? So just as a quick review from what we did yesterday, just remember that we're not doing exponents at all, and that PEMDAS can change depending on which sign, either the division sign or the subtraction sign, comes first left to right in the problem. So did you guys find any examples of that happening in any of the 5 problems that I provided? I'll be curious to see if you did. All right, so with that, I'm just going to give you another 5 problems, and that's really it for this video. It's just a review from yesterday, and so get ready to pause as I provide you with the next 5 problems. All right, so here we go. Go ahead and pause. All right, so you can work those 5 problems. And we will go over those tomorrow. So hopefully everyone's having a good night and isn't super confused by this. Again, you can post questions in the comments. You can check in with myself or Miss Mari throughout the week when we have our 15-minute check-in. Hopefully that'll help to clear up some of the confusion that some of you might be having. If you're not, great. Again, if this is a review for you, go find more difficult problems on the internet. Also, I want to guide you guys to Math Antics, order of operations. I'm going to try to post a link in the comments. Currently, I'm not able to do that, but I'm going to work with Nate to figure out how to make sure that I can post that link so that you guys don't have to go search for it. But for now, go ahead and Google Math Antics, order of operations, and he will have an explanation for you that should be similar to mine. Hopefully, maybe he can explain it in a more clear way for you. But either way, work these next 5 problems, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks.